My name is Jordan Dickerson, and I'm the Executive Director here at Murfreesboro Colt Patrol.
My name is Lacey Wilkins, and I have the honor of being the Executive Director for Stepping Stones here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Hello, I'm Major Patricia Knott with the Salvation Army here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and my husband and I serve as the Corps administrators over the programs and activities of our Corps here.
So Murfreesboro Colt Patrol is an outreach and advocacy agency. So we go to clients. That's kind of what makes us a little different, is we're able to go to them in their encampment, their cars, and their hotels, and meet them where they're at and help them get to their next step, whatever that looks like, whether it's permanent housing, jobs, rehab, anything of that nature, whatever their next step looks like. And then our other big main focus is getting folks into permanent housing and helping them stay in permanent housing.
Stepping Stones is a shelter for women and children experiencing homelessness here in Rutherford County. And our goal is to understand what brought them to this place of homelessness and how they want to move forward. So working together with them to achieve stability and wholeness, ultimately also pointing them to their identity and the love of Jesus.
There are a lot of key moments with the Salvation Army over the last 18 years. So it's hard to pick one, but when I think about the impact that Bridges Out of Poverty and Getting Ahead have had on my ministry and just my service to a community, I've seen the most impact on individuals and community. And so that's been very important to me, and that's kind of on the bad days when you think this is never going to get better, you see that there is hope.
Stepping Stones with Bridging the Gap was an interesting starting spot. I had Jordan with Colt Patrol reach out when United Way put out the collaborative application, and she said, let's do this opportunity together with the host unit and the folks that we find in their cars that need hotels. And then we could get them passed to you, Lacey, or we could work with them with our outreach folks. And then I had Major Trish saying, you know what, we want to do something with Bridges Out of Poverty and Getting Ahead. And she'd used it in other communities. And she said, I think we should get a collaborative going. And I said, ladies, we need to sit down and talk and make this a continuum where we're not expecting someone to come in crisis and graduate from this class. But let's look at how everything kind of interplays together and really figure out how do we make this sort of ongoing system of care. And as we've learned to know more and more about the concepts around Bridges Out of Poverty, we have a vision and dream to see our whole community, Rutherford County as a whole, become a Bridges community.
Our Bridging the Gap grant that we received through United Way has been really awesome because it's something different than we've ever done. It's a multi kind of faceted program. So it's everything from crisis and stepping in when folks are in their crisis need to helping educate the community, and also helping clients who are kind of a little farther along in their journey, who are a little more stable, get to thriving so that they don't have to ever use our resources ever again, and that they're able to really just like thrive and do well on their own in permanent housing.
The collaboration with Colt Patrol and Stepping Stones through this Bridging the Gap grant with United Way has been a really good example of how bridges can work, in that we work, all three of us work with kind of the same population but at different levels and in different places. You know, like from out on the street to in a shelter to moving them into housing. We kind of have the gamut, as it were.
We understand better, as we think for a whole continuum of care even, how to encourage autonomy within agencies, but really strengthen collaboration so that we're working hand in hand to give our clients the best possible opportunity to move forward.
For our Bridging the Gap collaborative, in particular, one that really sticks out to me is we got a call from Murfreesboro Police Department that there was a elderly lady in her 70s who had been experiencing domestic violence, unfortunately, from her caregiver. And our domestic violence shelter was full, and so we were able to step in and put her in a motel. She had really expressed that this was the first time that she had felt like there were people and organizations that cared and that were able to kind of be there for her, and so she's doing really well. But it was just like a really beautiful, she was so sweet, and so it was just like a really beautiful moment.
If I had anything else to add, the first thing would be to just express my deepest appreciation to United Way and to the group who made the decision to allow us to be funded. I know that collaborations is something United Way is interested in, and I know that there was probably a bit of a chance to be taken. And so I'm excited that they share this, that United Way shares this vision with our collaborative to see our community continue to grow and really rely on evidence-based tools.
I think the next big step and big goals for us to just continue to expand to make the community really a Bridging the Gap community.
One agency cannot solve homelessness, and one agency cannot get rid of poverty. It's going to take together to do that.